not going to see one of those Ariel LeBlancs. We're going to see that Yone instead, which is probably his best of the AD mid laners that he's shown, but it's still not necessarily been his comfort.
Certainly has...
It's time for game one.
Oh, right off the bat, we're in trouble here. 369 slowed by the Ashe. The center slow to respond, but 369 pulled in after the flash and first blood for Knight. You couldn't ask for more for BLG.
Jace goes down, Jace loses flash, and in the snowballing match of the top lane, BLG on the first play on the map.
Elkanon continue to push in. Shun now revisiting this bottom lane. They know TN just recalled and the spear hits onto Mako. The dive is underway. Mako with a double knock up and the root comes through as well. Top Esports outplay. On goes down 1-for-1. Jagular flashes to safety, but it's answered by Shun, who grabs a double on the Cougar.
I think they're pretty happy to use that to leverage into a soul condition as well if they can stack up multiple early dragons.
Feels like a fantastic start for BLG. 1,000 gold lead. They got that first strike. Oh, a
arrow!
Spear from across the map. An arrow from Elk into the heart of 369. Bin, he has his 1v1. It's not really a 1v1. Is actually knocked away from TN's ultimate. And flashes for an easy kill. Bin making him look daft in the top side. Dashes under tower. This first punch, and it has sent Top Esports spinning for the time being.
I think so much of that has come from this Ashe. The level 1, the hawk shots, the arrows, the ability to push the lane.
Already, Mako has the call of the Forge God. On will be that target. Look at the CC chain! Mako and Jackie Love make a mockery of BLG.
Just talking about, oh, this Ashe can really stick around and contest for that.
Feels tough for Bin up in that top side as the croc in the 2v1. And like you say, TN there alongside Jackie Love. I was going to say should set up for Grubs, but instead they're setting up for a dive in his top lane. TN happy to tank this one. Bin dashes back under, bit of sustain there, but the damage is too much. And it's 369 to grab the kill as Shun arrives to get the wave. Wasn't sure if he'd gone too far there. Does hit a spear onto 369.
Really helping by roaming up early, using that center. I mean, even when center has 0 items, you're still a ranged AD carry with a decent amount of burst early. You can really start to threaten.
Oh, the horn combo comes through from Mako. Doesn't find the W in the midst, and suddenly Elk walking away, but the flash to finish the job. Mako is one auto from a solo kill onto the enemy AD carry.
Mako gives himself a celebratory barrier. Bin trying to even the score.
369 in trouble on, and Shun moving in, nowhere to go on this one. The Ignite comes in, and Shun will finish the job as On tanks the tower. Nearly stepped back under the tower there, but they're okay. 369 falls. Green TP's up. No, sorry, Mako TP's up to the top side to catch this one.
Yeah. He does it all. He uses the barrier, gets the teleport after, goes back hard mode. If they don't get themselves much more of an advantage, if they use this Herald to break open a big turret, that might be it, but they might have to fight for it.
7k on that Herald, and the arrow goes in onto Cream. The flash for the handshake, but the wall of soldiers blocks it, and then a ram charges through the ranks. BLG knocked asunder by Mako as Elk will fall as well. It's beautiful answer from Top Esports, and now Knight in trouble. 369, the old solo laners up against each other. Once brothers, but no longer, says Knight as he finds the kill onto his old teammate. Bin now trying to escape from Jackie Love and Mako, who look for more. It's an absolute scrap on the Rift.
Knight showing that he can't just only move in L's like a chess piece. He hands one to 369 with love from JDG to BLG. Tien's going to stop and take this top lane turret, but he might have just overstayed. Bin can absolutely lock him in place for Shun.
Tien has stayed far too long for this one. The stun will come through, but he doesn't have any real damage to speak of. And with 3 players, Tien will fall. That will finally be the Herald for BLG. 3 Grubs apiece, 1 Drake apiece.
On this matchup, so he's going to be just taking some damage without that. Top Esports choosing to give up the Dragon Spawn, but maybe looking to shut down Bin instead. Mako can cast the ults.
No flash up for Bin either. He's just used his slice, won't get a dice out of this one. Call of the Forge God finds the knock up. That's the brittle proc into the W, into 369, grabbing himself a kill. Knight will answer with a tier 1. The Drake will go down for BLG as well. Top Esports happy to trade elsewhere.
Yeah, so I think BLG, they get themselves an important dragon. It's a Mountain Rift as well. If they can get themselves a Mountain...
wants to finish this tower, might just be able to. Bin can threaten him, but 369 knows how confident he is, knows he can challenge the 1v1 with Tien on that side of the map. He was happy to step up. One tier of a scrap over that crowd there. 2 items now picked up by Elk as well. So this Ashe starting to get to that stage in the game. Call of the Forge got flashed by On, but it hits onto Shun, and the rest of the CC chain lands onto On regardless. Another kill for Cream.
Wonderful patience from Tien, showing what the Sejuani can do. Now you're at that kind of 2-item spot. BLG, they might look for a bit of a flank here. There's no On, they would be looking for a 4v5, and here's the arrow.
Arrow from Elk as they dive onto the backside. You said you wanted something from Knight. There it is. Another kill onto 369. Jackie caught by the croc, and BLG now kiting backwards as Bin tanks for the team. Cream doesn't have the damage to finish anymore.
Well, there you go. Knight gets the ult onto the back line, and BLG managed to walk away with something. Cream manages to just about save the rest of his team with a shuffle and a tower. That was well needed at that point, but BLG showing something, and it's past 20 minutes. They are going for a Baron rush. They're going for the double TP. BLG turning on the afterburners.
Tien in the area, Mako in the area. No Call of the Forge got available though for Top Esports. That's their big engage tool. Tien just has to pray for a miracle. Could be a 50-50 as Mako gets a double knockup, but Knight goes in, just starts to threaten as the rest of the team goes onto the Baron. Hostile takeover is massive, and it's a kill onto Mako. TP comes through from 369 to join the action, but the Baron goes down. BLG in the pit as 5-1 falls. Shun chases Tien over the wall. 369 trying to find revenge, but he finds
no way!
Cream pulled back in, gets one, gets two, and here comes Jackie to finish the job. The snipe for the slow as Cream looks for a third, but Elk takes him down. And suddenly 1-for-1 on the backside of the fight. Knight now trying to escape, will do so. It's so, well, you know that they were scrimming leading up to internationals. 7,000 damage from Cream in the last fight? That is absurd. A third Drake though for BLG, that's sole point for them, but in trade for what? Because Top Esports have pushed down the mid lane and nearly taken an in-hit tower.
They don't take it fully though, so BLG, they'll be able to rally behind their mid lane and get themselves there. BLG do have that Baron buff on Cream, who is sat there wave cling, which means that they couldn't push any harder. Top Esports, they are getting to the point where they can start the death ball now, and they've gone to Cream, they've gone to Knight.
Knight, this is not the time to be caught out. This is not the series to be caught out. A huge pick for Top Esports. I don't think there's much they can find off the back of it, luckily for BLG.
The thing with that is, though, that's the last Baron buff. BLG, they just lost their last Baron buff there. Knight ends up dying just in his own jungle. Not really sure what he was looking for there. Top Esports, they have reached the point in the game where they can deathball. This was the danger point for BLG. Do they have the lead to last this out? Well, it's only a 1,000 gold lead. They are, however, on soul sins that scale with difficulty, with skill. They don't necessarily do less damage, but it's harder to get that big damage from 369. We were talking about how strong he is. Tien
has flash, will have to use it. Call of the Forge got used now, and Bin gets onto the flank. Hostile takeover to try and set up, but the damage isn't there. Bin the one sent packing instead as Cream looks for a little bit more and finds it onto Shun. No casualties, but Top Esports gain control.
Yeah, and Elk loses flash. It's really, really bad. That's an arrow!
The combo coming on in. Cream found and will be taken down, but it's in trade for Knight. No, Dash is back in the last second. Still taken down somehow. The auto followed him and On fell with him. Suddenly, Baron spawning in 20 seconds. Top Esports pings on towards the Drake from the side of BLG, but he's not up for another 40 seconds.
Yeah, so what BLG will want to do is get some control over bot side. They know the Baron's going over. Knight also can't get back to his safety. It does mean that both of him and On go down.
Kind of look like Knight betrayed On in the replay there.
Yeah.
As Top Esports will secure themselves.
Has been gifted to him this game. Needs to do the damage.
If they want to turn back time, they don't need a Knight, they need a Doctor. Let's see if his screwdriver is sonic enough. Bin behind enemy lines, and Jackie Love caught. The combo is gorgeous, and they find Tien as well. Bin setting up to deny the rest of the team away. Into the hostile takeover is enough! It's 369 that takes down his jungler, and now BLG chase for more. Turn back time, they absolutely have. The 80s hit is coming back to life once more, and Mako will fall to make it 4. BLG find a miracle.
Somehow, someway, BLG has the last Baron buff to try and wave clear. It's not going to be enough to save this turret. BLG will at least take something. They don't sadly take an inhib. It's not going to be the hugest.
Here, BLG, only 3 on the scene. Knight moved over towards the wave, needs to rejoin his squad. Bin not on a flank for the time being, needs to get over there. In the meantime, Tien trying to get onto Shun, who's zoning them away. Neither jungler actually on the Drake for the time being. 6k on the Dragon. Tien isn't in the pit, and the spike comes down. That's Martin Soul for BLG, but can they find the fight as well? Cream forced to use his ult, but Knight just dips back out as Mako escapes on the front line. Bin walks away with his life. How has nobody gone down? BLG get a soul.
Feel a lot better about going towards this, and they'll rush it down quickly.
Knight immediately jumps over the wall and gets a tag onto Jacula. Bin behind enemy lines. BLG could try and look for an ace. They need to deny these Baron buffs. Top Esports retreating on the top side as Tien caught in the pit here, but they turn onto Bin. Bin forced away towards the rest of his team. He can't get a flank on the Croc, but maybe they can go mid, but there's no minions. The minions are in their own base. Point of the game, I'm not sure which one. Whether TP will come back up or if the ward will time out first. Guess only time will tell. Top Esports though with Baron, and with a range advantage as well. Wait, never mind the siege, they're just going to go for kills instead. On under the tower, and he survives the shield. At the last second, the shot blast is too short. How the hell has he got out of that one?
3 mounted dragons, a mounted soul. He put it all in order.
Again, scaling advantage you'd have to assume goes to Top Esports with this composition.
Very long range at this point, and all the extra stats will very much help. BLG potentially looking for the flank. Bin, again, hovering in the wings, wants to try and find his way onto the back line.
I love this from Top Esports though, just use the center range. You don't have to commit. They've got range. BLG have to find something special here. Elder will reset. Tien goes for his ultimate, but before the fight can even begin, it's over. Shun kicked out. Bin gets into the back line, but it's too little and it's too late. Knight gets a shield. Bin alone as the rest of the carries try and get in. Knight dives into the mix, but he can't get it done. And Elk is alone in the woods and hunted by the crossbow of Top Esports. That is game 1. Top Esports reigns supreme.
Top Esports send BLG into the Ice Locker off the back of a perfect Sejuani ultimate. The fight was over before it began. The game was so back and forth, but Top Esports proving they are here to fight for it.
The fact that BLG held on this long with this composition is impressive, but Top Esports, I mean,